Here are the top 20 shocking moments of the men's basketball tournament at the Paris 2024 Olympics. Is this the most talented Olympic basketball tournament ever? Let's run through all 12 teams competing in Paris 2024. Did you witness all the moments from the Paris 2024 Olympic basketball tournament? It was not just any game. It was packed with jaw-dropping moments that you have to rewatch to believe. From last-second shots that made the crowds go wild to shocking upsets that turned the tournament upside down. This was one unforgettable event. But the real story behind these moments is even more exciting. Each game was full of surprises, big plays, and unforgettable drama. Get ready to relive the top 20 most jaw-dropping highlights that made Paris 2024 a basketball tournament like no other. Number 1, firstly, have a look at the surprising moment of LeBron James. The man, the myth, the legend was up to his usual tricks again. At the age of 39, he gave one of the most memorable performances in the Olympic Games to score his second Olympic triple-double. In the semifinals against Serbia, LeBron wasn't just playing basketball, he was conducting it. He scored 14.2 points, grabbed 6.8 rebounds, and made 8.5 assists to help Team USA to a vital win, and proving why he is being named as MVP of the Paris Olympics. It was more of a movie scene. LeBron arriving at the right time, at the right place, in one of the most popular cities in the world. Next up, number 2, the world expected to see how Stephen Curry's NBA game would look when taken to the international level. Curry was a man at a mission. He was simply sensational in the semifinals and finals, as if he was playing a video game. In those two games, he lost 60 points. 36 of which were lost in the match against France. It was a display of sports that left opponents wondering what hit them, and fans doing the same in disbelief. Now, number 3. When Germany met France in the quarterfinals, the chances of the German team were very less. France, who was up against Ukraine in the quarterfinals, was favorite to win since they were playing at home with a home crowd behind them. However, Dennis Schroeder and Franz Wagner had different plans. Germany beat France 85-71, and it wasn't the score that was so surprising. It was the manner in which they achieved it. Next up, number 4. If you want to know what a thriller means, then just look at the match between Canada and Spain, where the former won 88-85. This game had everything: misses, hits, and dramatic moments of the game. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and R.J. Barrett were the shining stars for Canada, coming through in the clutch to keep their nation's medal dreams alive. It was a major victory for Canada basketball. Now at number 5, Giannis Antetokounmpo is one of the most dominant players in basketball today, but even he could not lead Greece in the quarterfinals. He scored 34 points and simply demonstrated that he is one of the best basketball players in the world. It was painful to watch one of the best players compete and come close to losing despite his efforts to win, and it was a lesson that the games are tough on the Olympic platform. Now, number 6. Nikola Jokic is famous for making the difficult seem like a piece of cake, and that was on full display in the bronze medal game against Germany. Jokic achieved the first Olympic triple-double, scoring 24 points, 10 rebounds, and 12 assists. Although Serbia failed to progress past Team USA in the semis, Jokic made sure that his team left Paris with a bronze medal. Number 7. France was coming into the tournament with many expectations, especially with the tournament being held in their backyard and the hype around their young sensation, Victor Wembanyama. However, rather than moving to the semifinals, they made exit in the quarterfinals. This was an exit that really shook the entire nation, to the extent that people could not believe it. The home crowd, which had been so loud and passionate throughout the tournament, was suddenly stunned and shocked that the fairy tale of the gold medal was over in a matter of minutes. Number 8. Many people expected Brazil's match against Japan to be a very tight one. They made an incredible 17 of 28 three-point attempts, and Bruno Caboclo scored 33 points for the team. It was one of those games where everything was going in, and the net appeared to be twice the size that it really was. Japan had no answer to this, and by the end was left stunned by the Brazilian shooting tactics. Now, number 9. Luka Doncic is one of those players who look like a superhero on the court. Thus, whenever he has a bad game, everyone is surprised. Doncic was off his best, and this was felt when playing for Slovenia. They were eliminated much earlier than expected. Next up, number 10, no one expected Argentina to be a contender before the start of the tournament. But as soon as they got to the quarterfinals, people started to take notice of them. They defeated teams ranked higher than them, such as Italy along the way, which was one of the memorable moments of the event. Now up, number 11. Australia arrived at the tournament with a lot of optimism, having a team that was packed with exceptional players. However, instead of enjoying a long run, they were just unable to get past their own selves. Their shooting problems were the main cause of their downfall, as they missed critical shots in close matches and they were knocked out at the group stage. Now, number 12, although Victor Wembanyama is young, he demonstrated the experience of a veteran player all through the tournament. Wembanyama had flashes of what makes him the big next thing in basketball. In one of the games against the USA, he was able to make several blocks, including the chase down block that left everybody talking. Wembanyama was on the rise. Number 13, basketball has also been one of Spain's top sports for a long time now, and they've always been in contention for medals in every tournament that is held. But this time, something was different. They were knocked out in the quarterfinals to Canada. It was a terrible send-off for a team that has been so dominant in international basketball. It was perhaps the final bow for their golden generation. Number 14. Japan was not expected to qualify for the knockout stage, but they did, and they did it in style, beating Argentina in the process. It was a historic event for Japanese basketball, as it proved that they are capable of playing with the giants of the world. The run was one of the most surprising and exciting of the entire tournament, and while they didn't medal, their fans were definitely entertained throughout. Next up, number 15. Team USA had a few hiccups early on, but once they hit their stride, there was no stopping them. With a lineup full of NBA stars, they dominated the knockout stages and cruised for their 5th consecutive gold medal. It wasn't always pretty, but by the end, Team USA reminded everyone why they are the gold standard in basketball. The rest of the world is catching up, but for now, the USA is still the team to beat. Next up, number 16. Moreover, Serbia's bronze was not just a medal, it was a message. Their young and deep team proved that they are a team to watch for in the future international basketball events. The Serbians were also thrilled, and their run to the semifinals was one of the best moments of the competition. Number 17, in the first Olympics, the Minnesota Timberwolves forward Anthony Edwards proved to be one of the key players of Team USA. He was scoring goals and showing his athletic skills, especially in the knockout rounds where he was often relied on by the team. Edwards' performance was the start of what could be a long and fruitful international basketball player. Number 18, Germany, which was not considered a serious medal contender going into the tournament, put out a performance that would make for a fairy tale. They troubled higher-ranked teams such as France and Spain to the semifinal stage, but lost a bronze medal match. The German team was one of the feel-good stories of the Olympics, and their success was unexpected. Next up, 19, Serbia, led by Nikola Jokic, was a hair away from winning gold, but they lost in the semis to Team USA. Even though Jokic tried his best, Serbia could only manage a bronze medal finish, but their campaign was full of great moments and intense fights that could be seen. Number 20. Stephen Curry made an Olympic record for the most three-pointers in a single event and proved once again that he is the greatest shooter in the history of basketball. Curry's three-point shooting was always a danger during the entire tournament, and his new record was another highlight in his successful career. So, there you have it. The top 20 most shocking moments from the Paris 2024 Olympic basketball tournament. From incredible plays to unexpected twists, this tournament was nothing short of spectacular. Which moment surprised you the most? Were there any highlights that you just couldn't believe? Be sure to let us know in the comments below.